Good evening and welcome along to another edition of the Sunday Bunch here on SAFC Fan TV. We're here to talk all things Sunderland. Joining us tonight, we've got Terry, Jacob and Gary we have on the panel. Don't forget, of course, we are sponsored by Wolf Competitions, our channel sponsor for this season. So a massive thank you to them. wolfcompetitions.co.uk, link in the description if you want to check them out. We are available via the live chat if you want to have your say as well. Terry, how's your day been? I knew he'd do it. He's at least
every week.
At least there's once every week that he does that. Go on. Yeah. Hilarious. Should do stand up, Terry. Should do stand up.
No, I can't. You do that. You do that.
Oh, I'll just watch. Here we go.
What we stop by? How's your day been, Terry?
Oh, is it still me? I've already told you 3 times it's been miserable. Suddenly got beat yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay, there you go. Jacob, how's your day been down south?
Down south, it's been lovely today, Philly. Lovely Mother's Day outing today. Lovely Sunday roast. Better day than yesterday, put it that way.
Right. Okay. Good. Good. Gary, how's your day been?
Just hearing about Jacobs, I'm jealous. He's just made it even worse. I thought he was going to be all doom and gloom like me. I'm still recovering from yesterday. I'm in a bad mood. I'll warn you that.
Well, good. You can vent your spleen on here. That's what you can do. Yesterday, I mean, Karen told me not to be dramatic. I'm going, it's the worst day of my life. But we went, like I said, we got beat at home, which, and then they go and win away at Chelsea, which you're not expecting. I went to do the fan cam interviews after the match in the battery field. So I got halfway through the first interview. That didn't happen. I was supposed to be on Sky Sports News yesterday. They never sent me a link. And then I went to work and got a parking ticket. What a day I had. I mean, so there you go.
Happens.
Anyway, look, Sunderland 0, Brighton 1. Team lineup, first of all. Nola Fay. Has anybody got any info on him? I believe he got injured in the warm-up. I mean, I don't know. I was at the Wheat Chief, so when I saw the team come out in Nola Fay, I wasn't sure what was going on. Jacob?
Same as you. I expected him to be okay. It was a very late shock that we received when the lineup obviously came out, and obviously no Angulu. You thought he might have been in the starting lineup as well, but it shows how key Enzo Laffy is to this game from an attacking point of view. Without him on the pitch, we look an average side at the minute. We really, really do, and we have to say our prayers, keep our fingers crossed. Oh, Terry's camera's full. Say our prayers, keep our fingers crossed that he's ready to be in the squad at St. James's Park next week, because without him, it's going to be a very long afternoon. I think.
Right. Well, yeah, we will get on to that. Just very quickly, a quick shout out to everybody on the chat down there. SJ, who's normally on there. Dave Commons on there, which is to everybody else. Dave the Rave, good to see you in the Wheat Chief yesterday. Pixel Rich on there. Peter Coles, our very own Emma is there as well. Tony Lee, all the regulars all on there as well. Terry, team lineup. I mean, we've got a lot of injuries and stuff like that now, and they seem to be. I mean, we've had injuries anyway, but they seem to be wrapping up a bit now. Nola Fay, do you know anything about that?
All I've heard was that he's probably going to be back next week, and it was just kind of precautionary. But whether that's true or not, I don't know. Yeah, it's Angulu's out for a long time as well. We're playing less games than last season, and we seem to have bought a lot of players that are brittle, haven't we? So a lot of injuries. I don't know why we're getting all these injuries and what's going on, but there's something clearly not right somewhere, is there?
Right. Well, fair enough. I mean, could it be that, because we did mention this last week about saving players for next week, and you went off it and said and all that, but I
don't think we're saving players. If players are injured, they're injured under their face. They're not fit enough to start. I mean, Xhaka's struggling as well, still to get back to full fitness. So there's a lot of players that have yet to return from the injury list, which hopefully we might get some back for next week.
Right, fair enough. Jacob, you want in there?
In a way, I sort of agree with Terry. It's kind of strange that all these injuries have just come all at once. I know it's a difficult time of the season where, players who've potentially played with knocks for a long period of time, and now the sort of period in the season where it sort of comes back, obviously, to haunt them. But it feels like it's just one after the other. I mean, the list that I've written down a few, it's just piling up at the minute, and we just hope that I think Reggie said in his presser that Ruth should be okay for next week, but it's touch and go whether Lafay, Nordy. I think Nordy and Ronaldo will be fine, but we'll soon find out, I think, in the next few days regarding, because I know Ballard felt his hammy the other day when he came off, but also Lafay as well.
Right, okay, we've got all the sayings coming out there from Jacob the presser. He did his hammy and all that, so he's in the know down there. Just welcome to you, Gary. People are saying Dan Ballard, Taffy Mackham saying 50-50 he is. So we will get onto the injuries and stuff like that. But Gary, yesterday, team lineup, no Lafay. We are racked with injuries and stuff like that. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, once I knew Lafay was out, I think it was just what can we cobble together. So, I mean, the bench was sparse, wasn't it, in terms of experience?
Yeah.
I know we'll probably get into Isidore, but apart from Isidore and 09, you're kind of struggling to see what we've got. So yeah, it was kind of to be expected because what else have we got? Playing Talby on the left, Rig on the right. Good to see Brobby back. I think that was probably the only positive I took out of the game on the lineup. But yeah, we
right, okay.
Like Reggie, we are where we are.
Fonz on the chat says people leaving at 70 minutes is just bad space in the crowd. I left just after 80 minutes to go and do the fan cams, which didn't happen. But people pay the money; they can leave whenever they want. It's we're not going to get into that argument again. Before I sort of get into the game, because a lot of people saying it. We've hit 40 points. People saying, the players are on the beach and stuff like that. The guy I interviewed for the fan cams, we got half his interview before it just packed up. He said, you know what? He said, it's exactly like the Peter Reid. When we did, we started brilliant. We were on Christmas, we were up there and thereabouts. And then, that was it. It just tailed off. Have we been found out? Do people know the players now? Are we on the beach? Have we got to 40 points? And people are saying, well, that's it. Jacob?
I would say a combination of a few things. I think confidence is one. And also, I think the tiredness has kicked in as well. This squad has really been stretched now. I think it's, put in so much effort and got incredible results in the first half of the season. I think it's slowly starting to take its toll now. Could we look back and say, should we have, because you look back at the January window in terms of who we brought in. We got Angulu and Jocelyn in. We obviously got a backup to Robin Roos and Elborg in. You probably would have backed the transfer activity we did. But if someone had a crystal ball and said, these injuries are going to happen further down the line, then we obviously would have looked to get even more recruits in that window. But you obviously can't predict stuff like that. It's going to happen. But yeah, it's a difficult period at the minute. I think all the fans want to see, though, is a good reaction. Obviously, we'll come on to next week a little bit, but a big reaction full of passion. And over the years, going into Tyne and Weir derbies, we've gone into a lot of derbies over the years on the back of shocking form and still come out with a shock win. So let's just see what happens next Sunday. All down to the players now when they cross that white line. Yeah,
fair enough. That's just said exactly the same to Gary before we came on, and also Curry had said where we at. Taffy Mackham, straw clutching, but I hope Barcelona game takes it out of them. We are going to get onto that game, so I'll try and hold back from that if we can. Terry. Are they on the beach or have we been found out?
I think it appears that way, but I think people put 2 and 2 together and come up with 6 sometimes, because I think basically it's just a combination of a load of injuries. I mean, if you take away, I mean, Roofs has been inspirational this season. He's been fantastic. Confidence at the back. You've got Ronaldo, who's been the experience of Ronaldo. UK has been one of the best players of the season. So you've been rock solid at the back for so long. And when you're missing those 3 big names at the back, you're going to start leaking goals. And we're just not creating anything up front. We've run out of ideas in open play. And, we've never really addressed the striker situation. And with us getting, the first season in the Premier League is about cementing your place in the Premier League, surviving in the Premier League, and then build on that in the seasons, going forward. So with us having such a great start, everyone's expectations have gone way beyond what we all expected in the first place. So now it's starting to fall flat. We're starting to level off a little bit. We are starting to get a little bit down, and we're thinking of ideas and things that maybe are not there. And some players are just not playing well. You've got Xhaka just come back from an injury; he's not 100% fit. You've got the likes of Diallo's really been off his game of late. He's been out for a long part of the season. He's come back, and he wasn't very good yesterday. So yeah, it's just all those combinations for me. It's starting to come to a head now, and we're being found out. So we could do with a lot of players to come back.
Right. Okay. Jim Buck says, "Well said, Terry." Talking common sense as you normally do, I suppose. Gary. Have we been found out? Are they on the beach? Have they decided 40 points is because as well, there's no taking away from the fact that our season's been brilliant. And I think we'd have all been happy with 17th place, really. So I suppose it is a bit clouded because, we have been spoilt. So now, what do you think? Have we been found out, or have we just now decided that's it?
No, I don't go with that argument about being on the beach, and I didn't go with the argument from Port Vale last week that they didn't care enough. I don't think that's it. I think you just got to remember some young players, and I think Terry said earlier about confidence. Confidence can be fragile for some of them, particularly those playing their first season in English football. So no, I don't really accept that. I do think we've been found out to a degree, though, because we're not a secret anymore. Teams have seen us be successful. They've looked at us, how we're doing it. And I think the best example of that is Dan Ballard, because both in, when we've got set pieces and in the opposition's box and in our box as well, they know he's the absolute dominant force in the air. And he's got 3 men on him. That's it. We're going forward. When he's defending, again, they're trying to take him out. They're trying to block him off. And that was a secret earlier on in the season, but he's been proven to be, a real threat in those situations. So that's one example. I think teams have learned to press us and not let us play out from the back. So yeah, I think that's part of it. I think expectations have gone up. I did think around Christmas time when the squad starts to look a bit wafer thin with AFCON, that a lot of players start to look tired around that time. We're grinding out some great results. The Man City one springs to mind. We did well at places. It wasn't a great game. We did well at Tottenham. But it does catch up with players eventually, both mentally and physically. And I think we've kind of suffered from that a little bit. And I think that thing of not going out and making a bit of a headline signing in January. I know they'll talk about, how much value there is in the transfer window. But I think maybe just a couple of players in key areas would have really pushed us on. And we haven't done that. And as a consequence, I think we're all just feeling a bit flat. But like you say, let's not forget Philly. What a fabulous season we've had till now. But that's why, you go to with a good team like Brighton and lose 1-0 and we're all a bit fed up about it. But let's be honest, we put up a half decent performance, and if luck had been around the VAR, then we might have at least got a draw out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I often say about how I watch a game and I don't seem to see it like other people. On the chat here, it's Paul Spector says Rig, Gertruda, Elborg were top class. Rig was absolutely superb yesterday. I thought he was he was brilliant. Diarra was very poor, 30 million for what? But I've heard a couple of people say, well, Elbog's doing. And I don't see it myself. I thought he was shaky. I thought he was trying to, play out. There was a couple of times where I thought, what you doing, man? But, he made that save, early on with his foot and stuff like that. But I'm going to sort of jump forward a bit. I've got other questions in between here. Before I do, we've got 124 people on the stream at the moment. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Just hit that. We try and get to 100 if we can on a Sunday. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It's free to do so. Rusty Mackham in Gran Canaria. Is Diarra still on his arse holding his face when he was pushed in the chest? Right, so I've got this anyway, so I'm going to jump forward to this. So when they scored their goal, he goes down, he holds his head, right? I hate it, and I hate it when other players do it, right? Because they go down, they haven't got an injury, they know they're in the box, they're going to hold their head, referee's going to stop the game, and it's wrong. I hate it, but it happens. He goes down, he's holding his head, and he's down for a good minute, maybe, and they just play on. Either this rule applies or it doesn't apply. I mean, yes, he was pushed in the chest and he was faking it and trying to get the game stopped. But what if he hadn't been? What if it had been a head injury and it hadn't got stopped? Terry, are your thoughts on it? I mean, should the game have been stopped before they scored?
No, I'm actually disappointed with Diarra. To be fair, he went down. He needs to, at the end of the day, get off his arse and do a job. He's getting paid to be a team member and play with the team. Now, he could have got up, getting across and done something about that goal, to be honest. And for him to lie on the ground for a minute and then get up and be perfectly fine, for me, is just, it's lack of, I just think it's really poor on him, to be honest. I mean, that whole goal situation itself was a poor goal to give away anyway. But he needs to get up and be a team player. And for me, rolling around on the ground faking an injury is not a team player.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, what I'm trying to get across here, though, is it's a rule, and I hear it myself. But you see it done. I've seen it done so many times against us, and I thought the rule was if it's a head injury, they stop the game.
But it wasn't a head injury, was it?
But
got pushed in the chest.
But it's I mean, who's to know? It's anyway. Go on, Jacob. You was one in there.
Like what Terry said, get back up to your feet and help your team out in the situation. Was he really that hurt in that situation? I mean, it summed up his afternoon, to be brutally honest. I mean, what summed it up more was, I think there was a moment in the second half where we were on the attack and then we played the ball to him. He just got into the penalty and he couldn't sort his feet out. He had all the time in the world to basically have a shot at goal and hit the target, and scuffs it and it goes out for a goal kick. But aside from that, it's just a lot of sideways back, not the energetic Diarra we saw. I know he had that long injury layoff, fair enough, but would you be expecting just a little bit more for someone that we paid £30 million for him? He is officially the most expensive signing in the club's history, a full international player, an AFCON player for Senegal. You'd just be expecting just a little bit more quality in the middle of the park. I've not seen it enough from Diarra at the minute. I know he done really well in that Burnley, but Burnley were probably the worst team that we've seen come to the Stadium of Light this season.
Right, okay.
AFCON winner as well with Senegal.
Right, okay. Just quickly go to the chat before I come to you, Gary. Colin Major says, I think they're not committing, afraid of getting a bad injury for the World Cup. Dan Wilkes says, Wilson injured now as well. Paul Spector, elbow plays risky, but Ruth does also. Taffy Mackham says he doesn't look better than Patterson. Mackham Cabby, deja vu. The exact same thing as happened last season when we secured the playoffs. Season's done on the beach. Gary, your thoughts on this going down, holding your head? Should the game have been stopped? I mean, I know he was trying to con the ref, but I mean, the rules are the rules, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm as confused about that as anybody else. The other thing is obviously there's a big debate across the Premier League in terms of corner kicks, set pieces, pushing, shoving, all the rest of it. When I saw it back on the telly, it's quite noticeable that Diarra looks to the referee as if to say, are you watching? Have you seen what's going on? Then you get the question of the push. People have already said, was that enough for him to even go over at all? Was it really that bad compared to some of the grappling you see in the penalty area? So I think the ref's seen it. I think the ref's seen it and decided, nah, you know what, mate, you're play acting.
Yeah.
And from that point onwards, he's not going to take a blind bit. The ref's not taking notice. And you know what? Our players didn't make much of a fuss about it either. Once the goal
exactly, that sums it up.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly? Can I quickly jump in as well, though? This rule of the ball not being in play as well. There's all this pushing and shoving goes on, and nothing's given because it's not in play. You got to wait till the corner's been taken. It all confuses everything really. But I mean, it could not be that if somebody does go down, VAR look at it, and if they hold their head, give them a red card or something like that for it to try and stop it happening. Sorry, Gary, go on. You was there.
I'm the same. I'm just, to me, it's the first person who plays. As soon as it's a foul, whoever, if you like, starts it, it's a foul. It's a foul from that point on. Stop the game. As soon as the ref starts to think, oh, it's 6 than the other, he's worse than him, whatever. They're not sticking to the rules. They've got VAR. That's the end of it. Look, when we played Leeds, I got absolutely slaughtered afterwards from living in West Yorkshire, from Leeds fans talking about our play acting and how we kept breaking the game up yesterday. My argument to them was, look, people have been doing it to us for years, particularly at the stadium, like League One, refs, goalkeepers taking the piss, lads going down, and there's nothing wrong with them. So do you know what? Particularly with Leeds, I don't mind. That's okay. I can live with it. But Diarra just tried to do the same thing yesterday and did it badly. I didn't like it earlier on the season when Hume tried to win as a penalty at Old Trafford, and it's quite obvious that the foot was nowhere near his head. One way of looking at it is, if we're going to cheat, we need to be better at it, because with times we've been absolutely rubbish. Sometimes, and there's 2 or 3 of our players have done it. They've gone down too easily. It's embarrassing, and I think actually it kind of goes against what we've been good at, which is scrapping for every ball. And somebody mentioned the World Cup earlier. If that's hanging over people's heads, or there's a worry about more injuries, then it might be affecting the way we play. Just finish off on that, the goal, by the way. It's a series of embarrassments. To me, Hellberg should have come out and retrieved that back pass to Hume. As poor as it was, he's looking for a goalkeeper to take it with his feet, which he didn't. Getting beaten at his near post like that was an embarrassment. He shouldn't have allowed that in. I'm not sure about Hellberg at all. He worries me. Made a great save early on. That was good reactions. But yeah, that goal was an embarrassment. Diarra was central to that.
Just a sec, Jacob, I'll bring you in. On the chat, loads of people sort of saying we weren't clinical enough and stuff like that. We're talking about this, and this shouldn't have mattered because we should have had it. Should have had the game won, apparently. So, regardless of whether it should have been stopped, it shouldn't have been stopped, or whatever. We shouldn't have been, arguing this point, Jacob.
For me, I just sense a mistake in him. He just looks so nervous when the ball's played back to him. There was a moment in the first half, I think Gary might remember it. I think it was Trey Hume picked up the ball on the left, played a back pass to him, and he sort of let the ball run past him a little bit before he kicked it to the right-hand side to Catrauda. And a few times as well, Alderete in the second half played a few balls back to him, and it took him a while to kick the ball up the pitch. Right now, with his feet, he's just looking a little bit shaky. You just sense that if that he continues because let's face it, we probably brought in Elborg to be Roofs, because there's still a high chance Roofs could leave this summer if we get a decent amount of money that a club will pay for him, because Roofs is 100% worth that. For me, 70 million plus, I think he's that good. If Elborg's going to be his replacement, it's not good signs. I know he made that fantastic save at Port Vale, but yeah, for me, I just sense there's a mistake in there somewhere. And going back to Brighton's goal, like people say, that the lad didn't mean it was a cross, but would you, as a defender, seeing a goalkeeper concede a goal like, would you be a tad disappointed that he's, allowed the ball to go in at that tight angle like that?
I mean, the thing is because Roofs has been so brilliant, is elbow that bad really? I mean, we've been spoilt with Roofs and that. I mean, the jury's out for me still with him. I mean, I've been shocked at I've seen it quite a few times on social media today, how brilliant he's doing and how brilliant he was yesterday and stuff like that. And I didn't see that. It was too shaky for me. And, I didn't see, like I said, the jury's out. But is that just because Roofs has been so brilliant? Terry, you want in there?
Yeah, let's not be too harsh on Elbow. Come on, let's face it. He's a young lad. He's only been brought in. He's new to the club. He's been brought in. I mean, a lot of keepers go through a whole season without getting injuries and to play the whole season. I mean, he was brought in really to let Patterson to go out on loan. Patterson's been sitting on the bench for 20-odd games, ready to come and start a game in the Premier League, but not being able to get a game because Roofs has been that good. So they've got Elborg in, probably potentially for 2 or 3, maybe his next season or the season after down the line. He's a young, raw talent. He's not had anything to do with this kind of high sort of intensity pressure like a Premier League. And yes, he's a bit nervous with kicking the ball out, but he's being thrown in the deep end. You can't really blame him for that goal yesterday. There was a player standing right in his way.
I disagree.
No, the player was standing right in the way. It was supposed to be a cross. You kind of, yes, it's a bit harsh that it's gone inside him, but he's being obstructed. If someone stands in your way and you can't see the ball coming towards you, I mean, what you meant to do? So you give him a bit of a slack that way, I think. And also, that player, if wasn't being played onside by, I think, either Xhaka or another player, that goal would have been disallowed.
Mm-hmm.
So
but it was. I think it was
too being harsh on him. Like,
no, I think he shouldn't have been that far off his post. Simple as that. He should have been closer to it. So, and then if he was being blocked by a player, then it's not going to go in anyway. There was too much of a gap, between.
Absolute fluke of a goal. That
well,
it
was.
You could do that 100 times, and 99 times that wouldn't go in.
Yes, it was
an unfortunate fluke, and we can't sit there and slag the lad off for one mistake.
No, Terry, it was a fluke. It was a fluke of a goal, but that fluke wouldn't have happened. He was out of position. He should have been close to his post. Simple as that. And like I said, I get what you're saying. Try not to knock the lad. He's just come in, and it could be the fact that.
So what happens if he's standing right next to his goal post, hugging the goal post, and the ball goes to the back post, and someone heads it in? He'll get slated for that as well.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't.
He's going to get slated for.
He wouldn't.
Because it's the one place where it shouldn't have gone between him and the post. Shouldn't have gone there.
Yeah, I felt the same yesterday. But I've watched it back. It's a fluke of a goal. There's a player standing right in his his line of sight.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look, we've got 50,
agree to disagree.
Yeah, well, it's all about opinions. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You can have your opinion on it,
There's no more disappointed than me than I was yesterday, but I'm blaming Diarra just as much lying on the ground for 2 minutes, doing nothing whatsoever, but, not helping his players, not helping his defenders, not helping his lying there, doing nothing, diddly squat.
Right, look, we've got 50 likes at the moment, so another 50 people hit that thumbs up. That goes to that magic 100 we like to try and achieve on a Sunday night down here. So give us a like, and don't forget, of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and that's free to subscribe as well. Diarra was shocking yesterday. I thought he's not been good for a few weeks now. People are saying 30 million for that. Not much better than Job was what was the comment what Lee made.
Lee made in the chat, yeah.
He said. So we know that, but good to see Brobby back yesterday, and Brobby holds the ball up really well, right? But he needs somebody sort of close by. Is there not a case to be sort of playing two up front with Brobby back?
Yes.
You're nodding away there, Jacob. Have you seen that?
For me, I think the way that we should set up next week is they're going to come at us like an absolute train from the very first whistle at St. James's Park. I think Percy will sit with a low block. I think we'll go with three centre-backs rather than two. and then we'll try and play with a little bit more width than what we've done yesterday to try and get them on the counter. And for me, I think if we go with a 3-4-3, I know it's really, really harsh on Chris Rigg because he had a brilliant game yesterday, but I think the way we're going to stand a chance of beating him next week is using players to run off Brobby when he gets the knockdowns. And that for me is simple. A front three of Talby left, Brobby is the main striker, and play Mayenda on that right hand side of a front three. How often does Reggie Debris? I don't think Reggie Debris played Mayenda in that role at all. He's naturally left-footed. He will want to run at Newcastle's defence, and I think that's the way to go.
Right, okay. Brobby's brilliant at holding up and stuff like that, but we need somebody in there. Emma on the chat says he was held again loads yesterday. He was, but he also did a lot of holding as well, like what Gary always says. That one in the box where, he's getting dragged all over, but he's doing the same again. Terry, you want in there?
Yeah, I want to say I didn't think there was much in the two sides, to be honest, up until Brighton scored the goal.
Yeah,
I thought the first half was 50-50. I thought they had a couple of chances, we had a couple of chances. We were just afraid to shoot from outside the penalty box, which is a bit disappointing. There was one opportunity, Xhaka steaming in towards goal, just let rip, hit the ball. He's got a hell of a shot on him. So I don't know why we find to shoot outside the penalty box. Second half comes out, we're all over them. We're steamrolling them. We scored a goal. And I thought I was disappointed. I know we're probably going to the goal. It was just offside. I was really disappointed Rigg didn't score the goal. I thought Rigg was fantastic yesterday. His best game he's had all season. And I think up until that fluke goal from Brighton, I thought we were the better side in the second half.
Right, okay, I'll bring you in just now, Jacob. Jim Buck says, I'm off doing me head in all this negativity. And then he says, good night, all. All right, good night, Jim. We're just saying it how we see it, how we feel. We all want Sunderland to do brilliant. All right, but we can't bury our head in the sand. We're all disappointed of yesterday. Jacob?
But what summed us up yesterday was just our lack of quality in the final third. And Terry mentioned, I thought we started both halves really, really well, particularly in the second half where when Brighton were trying to play out from the back, we pressed them. We did the pressing that we saw in the first half at Bournemouth. What summed us up, I just knew it wasn't going to be our afternoon where we won the ball back, I think off their left back. It fell to Brobby. And all I was just screaming at the telly, just hit the target. He had hardly anyone round him before he took the shot, and he just blazes it over the bar straight into the Roker end. And it was just from that, and that's our top goal scorer as well. Right. And if that's going to be if we're going to get opportunities like that and waste them, we don't deserve 3 points from the game. It felt though, like what Terry said, both sides, the lack of quality was there, and it just felt like a 0-0 type game. And they scored a fluke of a goal, which I still stand by, could have been prevented, but these things happen. They happen.
Right, okay. Gary, Brobby back up front, held the ball up well. Do we need somebody in closer next to him? I thought a lot of the time yesterday he held up well, and then there was nobody there close enough to sort of feed off him. That's, like I said, my opinion.
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yeah, that's obviously key to our success, is using Brobby, and trying to get around him and trying to take advantage of his incredible strength. I think if I remember rightly, in the first half, there was a point at which Talby got up quite close and he nearly played Talby in. I think Talby was great first half.
He was brilliant.
Out as quite a few did. So yeah, Brobby's absolutely central to us doing anything. We certainly missed him at Port Vale, and I think did he miss Fulham as well? So yeah, we certainly struggle without him. I'm a fan of his. But yeah, too many subpar performances. I definitely agree with Terry. I don't think there's anything in the teams. And I think it was actually a good game of football, particularly the first half. And I thought we started great second half. I think the thing that's been worrying me is what happened after we lost, when Brobby went off and Ballard went off. I think there was only about maybe 10 minutes difference between them. And all of a sudden, the energy we were 1-0 down at this point. All of a sudden, the energy just went out of the stadium and from the players as well. That was a real heads down moment. Okay, you know, 09 came on and the energy was a little bit further, particularly with the throw-ins coming in. But from about 80 minutes onwards, I was just clock watching and thinking we've got nothing here. And the biggest disappointment is what happened till the end. And I'm talking about supporters and players here, because those last 10 minutes, it was just like going back to League One days in terms of the whole depression and grumbling that was going on around the stadium. And I think Zach I've not read it, but I think Zach has had a little bit of a go today about the fans. I saw him come out the ground last night. He faced like thunder. And I think we've all just kind of allowed our energy levels to drop and forgot, how we got here. And, everybody needs to lift it, starting with the players and Reggie, but, it comes from the fans as well.
Right, okay. Jacob, keep it brief if you can. I need to go to an advert. Go on.
I completely agree with Gary. When you watch it on the telly and you slowly start to see the club badge appear in the East Stand with the fans just emptying, that obviously brings down confidence to the players on the pitch as well. And I can understand they want to see just a little bit more passion and just a little bit more quality. But don't forget the motto that we had towards the back end of last season till the end. And yeah, it was just disappointing to see from the fans yesterday that they were walking out on, was it 80 minutes? It was, just not for me.
Right,
come back to me after your break, Phil.
Right, okay, no bother. Right, we've just got to quickly do a break for you. Wolf Competitions, of course, they are our channel sponsor for this season. Superb they are as well. If you're not winning any money with them, you've got to give it a try. Wolfcompetition.co.uk. If you don't know what they're about, there is a link in the description. Check them out. We went to see Emma this week. This is what happened. High five! How good is that? Yes! We, Philly, for Wolf Competitions, we are here in Newton Aycliffe. We've been driving forever. We've just been up in Concert, which is like the middle of nowhere, and we've come all the way down to Newton Aycliffe, which is also in the middle of nowhere. Wow. Did you get that? I did. Yes. Ready to see Emma Greenwood. She won a roll of the dice. Up to £600 she can win. So let's go knock on the door and let's have a chat to Emma. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Shorts on, shorts weather. It's getting warm, getting warmer, getting slightly warmer. Oh, they've charged the ring doorbell. That's what I like. Emma, hi. Come and have a chat with us down here. Come on. Oh, God, you're right posy here, aren't you? I'm not. Emma, how long have you been on Wolf Competitions?
Probably about 7 months.
Have you won before?
Little bits, yeah.
Very good. Did you get your teeth done?
No.
No.
Well, I
They're
did,
really,
but not
really
with
nice
the,
then.
not with the winning.
Did you go to Turkey?
No.
Oh, I did.
Did you? They're lovely.
Yours are lovely as well.
Thank you.
Oh, God. It's a loving. Right, listen, you've won a roll of dice. How did you win it?
Put spins on.
All right, good. Each dot is worth 100 quid, so you can win up to 600 quid. Yeah. Do you feel lucky?
I do.
She feels lucky. Lucky dance. I'll do me lucky dance for you. All right, give it a roll. Let's see what we get. Come on, get a 6. Come on, Emma, you can do this. Let's have a look. It's is it going to say? Yeah! High five! How good is that? Yes! God, more new teeth. Get in. 600 quid. That's brilliant. Well done. Give us a thumbs up, lad. It's wolfcompetitions.co.uk. You can be a winner like Emma, and you can get some new teeth as well. There you go. Check them out. wolfcompetitions.co.uk, our channel sponsor. Massive big thank you to them as well. Terry, you want me to come straight back to you?
Yeah, I'm not having players coming on complaining about fans. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, so I take it with a pinch of salt. But last week, where was the players' energy? Where were the players? They all went hiding. They weren't interested. Did the players come and congratulate the fans who never stopped singing for 98 minutes? Did the players walk over? It's only Chris Rigg. Any kind of commitment to the fans. He came over and said hello and said, well done. Where are the rest of the players at? Just went down touchline. They weren't interested in the fans last week. So, the day it works, it swings and roundabouts. It works both ways. The players have got to turn up on the pitch, put a bit of, we've lost. It was flat yesterday. We've lost our intensity, our press, our energy levels. And in the last 10 minutes, like Gary says, plus that 9 minutes of stoppage time, there's just we've just lost all sort of ideas to score goals in open play. Simple as, just, you know, and that comes with the lack of energy, and also comes with the load of injuries that we've got as well. And obviously low confidence. So I think we're right in that game until Brighton scored. I thought we were the better side, but for me, players coming twisting about fans who pay a lot of money each week going all around the country, it rubs me up the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. And you do have to say, you know, if the team's putting a performance in and it's entertaining and what have you, then you know, fans might not feel like leaving towards the end and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to quickly go to the chat as well. Joe MCM, Talby was awful yesterday. I agree with you. I thought he was trying to do too much. Kept losing the ball. Stuff
He
like
was
that.
better than some of the others on the pitch. I tell you that.
Well, I thought Diarra, Diarra and Talby were our worst players, to be honest, for me. But anyway, it's all about opinions.
Bill, just a quick one, just in terms of what Terry was saying. I think it works both ways, Terry. I think one bounces off the other, and
that's what I just said. I say swings and roundabouts. It works both ways.
Yeah, it is.
You can't have fans. You can't have players complain about fans when the week before none of them went down. Not even Xhaka went over to celebrate with the fans and say, "We're sorry," or say hello or goodbye.
I think at certain times they don't want it because they don't want fans in their face with the disappointment. I think
it's part and parcel of being a player for me.
You what? Sorry.
Part and parcel of being a player. You're there for the club.
They probably don't want to provoke it.
You go over and congratulate the fans regardless. You know, you're going to regardless, no matter what club you play for, you will have some fans who are never happy, and that's part and parcel of being in that limelight. You know, you've got to accept it. You might not like it, but you still got to go over and say well done and well done to the fans travelling around the country and give them a clap. End of the day, I know you're disappointed you lost the game of football, but you still got to go over there and tell the fans that you appreciate them turning up. And then, that swings and roundabouts.
You know what worries me, Terry, is the belief has suddenly gone.
Oh, no, yeah, totally.
Early part of the season, Bournemouth 2-0 down. I can remember Wolves turning up, and to me, you know, they were a half decent team. The difference is we had the belief.
But you have to remember, Gary, as well. We had likes of Lafay on the pitch. We had Mukele on the pitch. We had a fit Xhaka. So we've lost a lot of players, and we haven't really got a strong bench. And I think that's where the next level comes next season, is improving the squad and getting a stronger squad. I mean, you got other teams that can just roll out a couple of teams when they want because they've got that many decent players. Where we just coming out the Championship to the Premier League. We've done brilliant this season, but the next level is being able to have a strong squad and being able to rotate that squad.
I honestly agree with all of that, but I just think sometimes, and this is many years watching Sunderland. Look, we've all been there. You think, terrible goal to concede, and your shoulders drop, and it's not. People are not booing. There's just this murmur of, oh, Christ, here we go again. And it goes around the stadium. You can feel it, and it all just becomes... On the other hand, there's been times when we're up for it in the last 10 minutes, and it's not so much about people leaving. It's about the mood. Oh, you're leaving, and I'm leaving. And tell you what, we'll all go, and it's all just... It's dropped. And I kind of feel that's kind of beyond that a little bit.
I kind of feel that's to do with likes of injuries, and it's like a hangover from last week's Port Vale game, you know. We went behind 1-0, we're not creating anything. And people are thinking, oh, here we go again. And the confidence has dropped with the fans and the players, you know.
Right, okay. It's a fair point, Gary. This thing about, you can feel it. I get what you're saying, but it swings and roundabouts. And Jacob, you want in there?
I mean, I was going to ask Gary and Terry this. What would you say the atmosphere was like at the start of the game yesterday? Did you still sense a bit of flatness as well, coming off the back of the Port Vale game last week, or would you say there was?
Sorry. Can I just? Why are you only asking Gary and Terry?
Sorry, you were there as well.
That's fine. Favourites.
Phil, you don't answer any questions. You just give questions.
All right. Okay.
Sorry. Apologies. Yeah.
No, you're fine. Go on. Well, then ask your question.
I thought it was flat from the beginning. There was a couple of points in which I thought we've got the win behind us here, and I kind of wanted everybody to start giving it that go on, like we did against the Mags, etc. And, the likes of Siddiqui are chasing down and we're having a bit of a go. And I kind of wanted the fans to lift at that point. And it might have been to do with it. I'm in the North Stand. Brighton fans were brilliant. They made all sorts of noise. Maybe that was part of it, but I kind of thought we'd lift it, and we didn't. A lot of that is just my perception, just how I felt. But I definitely agree with you. It just didn't lift at any point yesterday.
Terry, you?
I kind of feel as also it's a bit of a there doesn't seem to be much to play for at the moment. I don't think anybody is confident getting to Europe. There's no FA Cup that's gone now, and it's all gone a bit flat. We got lots of players injured. Lefebvre's out. We got a second goalkeeper, young lad who's not really that confident at the moment, lacking experience. The defences, a lot of players injured. Jack has been out, and it's just I think it's all came together. The confidence is down. I think the majority of the times this season we've been brilliant, but I think it's just come to a head over the last couple of weekends. And we really need a big lift for next weekend against Newcastle. We really do.
Right. Okay. Obviously, you're wanting again there, Jigam. I'm trying to keep it brief because I want to try and go on to Newcastle. Go on.
I mean, Terry, you mentioned the European thing there. Obviously, we would love to see our club in Europe, but can you imagine the toll it would take on this current squad of play? Obviously, I know we'd have to add to that, but in terms of quality, being able to compete in Europe and in the Premier League next season, it will be a big struggle. So listen, the table it doesn't lie. It just shows we're not ready for that level just yet.
Right. Okay. Let's. I'm going to move on to next week because otherwise I'm going to run out of time on this. Obviously, we visit the visitors is what we do. Everybody's got to be up for this. I just quickly want to go to the chat here because Emma makes a point. If Ballard is injured next week, do we risk Luke? Red card guaranteed for her. Taffy Mackham in his true form follows it with Emma. I wouldn't risk Luke putting the nets up. Fair point. I mean, it's going to be highly charged and stuff like that. Let me quickly chuck that one to you, Gary.
What you're talking about, Luke 09?
Yeah.
If I write him off, I guarantee he'll be man of the match. So I'm tempted to do that.
Well, do that.
He's such a conundrum, isn't he? I mean, we all love him as a bloke. He's underrated, I think, as a footballer. But at this kind of level, he gets away with it sometimes, and other times I just think he's an accident waiting to happen. Love the guy. Don't think he's Premier League quality. But look, if we've got Ballard out, you just got to hope Mukiele comes back in and covers that centre-back position because look, if we play him and he has a belter, then I've got egg on my face. But yeah, I would worry about that. I would worry about us being without Ballard, no matter who came in.
Yeah, I mean, he is Mr. Sunderland. It's the VAR. All the stuff you can get away with.
Big worry.
When we was in the Championship and that, you can get away with all that stuff. I mean, it was a Stonewall penalty against Leeds. And now how that wasn't given, and like I say, it will be highly charged against the Mags. Go on, I'll bring you in, Terry, and then Jacob. Go on, Terry.
The question should be really, do we have anybody for left back? Because if Serkin's fit or Ronaldo's fit, they go into left back, then Hume goes to right back and Gertrude takes Ballard's place. Simple as. Ballard, we have Gertrude and we have Alderete as centre backs. Gertrude has played alongside Virgil van Dijk for Holland, so I'm sure he can handle Newcastle.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Jacob, you want in?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the worry with Luke 09, playing in a game like this, but we might not have a choice. To be honest, I would personally, if Nordy is fit, you'd want Nordy, but the question is how fit is Nordy right now? We'd want players who's had just a little bit more minutes recently to come in for that game and do a job. I think because I mentioned previously tonight that I personally think we'll go there and try and sit deep and get them on the counter. I think that in terms of the type of player Luke 09 is, I think he would fit into that quite well, but it's just the VAR thing. Set pieces, him grabbing hold of people in the box. If the referee sees that, then it's
right. Okay.
it's
right. on the chat here. Dan Wilkes says, "Oh, nine will put some good tackles in the derby if he does play." Just very quickly, we've got 61 likes, so we try and get 139. If you just hit that thumbs up, that'll go to that magic number, if you would please. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. It's free to do so. Right. Like we said, Emma's just said in the chat, of course, it turns up on the day. Like Jacob mentioned earlier, most of our 6 in a row, we was battling relegation and that, and we went and we turned it on, and it is like that. So I'll put it to you, lads. Terry, would you take a draw now?
Oh, God's sake, Billy, man. No, I want to win.
We all want to win. Would you take a draw now, though? Of course you want to win.
No, I want to win.
Right, okay.
Fair play, yes.
Right, Gary, would you take a draw now?
I would bite your hand off for a draw right now. 0-0, a dull 90 minutes, terrible. Everybody booing, people saying what a terrible advert it is for Northeast football. Yes, that's what I want.
Good answer. Jacob, would you take a draw now?
Yes, I would. I sort of agree with Gary, but also disagree. I'd take a draw, but I want to see a score there. I want to see a score and Granit Xhaka to do that to the Gallagher end.
Well, definitely. Emma's saying current form draw. The games you don't want to lose, definitely, without a doubt. But I will ask, Terry, how confident are you?
Well, let's face it. I mean, Newcastle are on fire at the moment, and they look like they can score from any position anywhere in the park. And I feel like these are the types of games where we expecting, we fear and expecting the worst. This is the type of games we end up going and winning. So, end of the day, I want to see 100% commitment from the lads and really leave everything on the pitch. But I'm not confident. But at the same time, why can't we go there and get a result? We went to Leeds, just 2 weeks ago and got a result. So let's just do the same with Newcastle. Sort it.
Yeah, I agree with you. So long as they leave everything on the pitch, they go out there, God, heaven forbid we get beat and that. But if they go out there and play their hearts out and we lose, it's of course it's not going to be good. But if we go out there and we do nothing and we get beat, then
we make sure it's a game. We get in there with some nice, strong 50-50 challenges, one or two maybe, I wouldn't say naughty challenges, but enough meat on the bone to make them think about it a little bit and, stamp our authority on it and just, come away with a 1-0 win.
Yeah. All right. Gary, are you confident for next Sunday?
No, not in the slightest. But then I wouldn't be regardless because of what it is. And it can go either way. And I kind of, my worry more than the results is that it doesn't look as though it's defined our season. Because if we're all feeling a bit flat now, I don't really want to sort of think of what we'll be like after that. And I think it's a 2 or 3 week break after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't game over Easter. So it's Spurs after that. The gloom and the cloud will be hanging around for a long while. So that's my worst fear about it.
Yeah, I bumped into Emma when I came out of the ground yesterday. And we both sort of said the same, that, this defeat, and it was a bad day yesterday. It just didn't feel good at all. But beating them next week, this defeat will just be forgotten about. And any other after, if we are on the beach and stuff like that, I think it's if we can beat them next week, then it's that's
euphoria.
It's already a good season anyway. In my eyes, I think we've had a brilliant season. It would just top it off if we did the double. Sorry, Jacob, I'll go to Terry because he jumped in first and then come there. Go on, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, after Chris Riggs' man of the match performance yesterday, do we start Lafay on the left, Chris Rigg on the right?
Well,
is Lafay fit though?
I'm thinking he might be. I'm hoping he's going to be fit for next week because I think them two will put 100% in. We'll get everything from them two. End of the day, whether they're both good enough to win the game is another thing. But I think at the moment, with the players we've got out, with the likes of Traore out, I think Talby's more of a bench player, impact player to come off the bench. I think he's a bit lightweight maybe for this kind of game. Where I think
I'd start Talby, me.
I think you get more stronger challenges maybe from the likes of Lafay and Rigg than you would from Talby.
Right, okay. How confident are you then, Jacob?
I think it will all depend on when we find out later in the week when Reggie does his presser what players are available. I think that's going to be the main, obviously, how we approach the game. I think Reggie will probably not know himself tactically how we're going to set up until he fully knows the extent of what injuries we have. I do Chris Rigg, I agree with you, brilliant yesterday, but in terms of this sort of game and how we plan, I think, to beat him, I think he'll be better. I want to start. I can understand why, he left the likes of Mayenda and Isidore on the bench yesterday. He wants to inject pace in the latter stages of the game, but I think I want to see pace from the start if we're going to sit deep, to be honest. And I think the likes of Talby and Mayenda will provide that. But I would feel obviously sad for Chris Rigg that if he does miss out, but you want just that little bit of extra quality in the middle of the park with Siddiqui and obviously Xhaka. I know you could try and fit Rigg into that as well.
No, Rigg goes on the right. Rigg doesn't go in the middle.
Rigg on the right doesn't work for me.
You're not going to replace Siddiqui and Xhaka in the middle, are you?
Rigg is wasted out wide. It doesn't work, Terry. It really doesn't. Rigg himself. This is where I feel sorry for. How many times have we seen Rigg? How many times have we seen Rigg play in his natural position this season?
How was he man of the match yesterday? Then?
What, Chris Rigg?
Yeah.
I mean, he was we did sort of like alternate a little bit. Sometimes Diarra was going to the right, and then Rigg as well.
That's the thing with them two; they can do that, can't they?
I just think we'll approach Newcastle a lot differently to Brighton.
Right. Okay, look, we're running out of time, and I do want to try and get a cheeky plug in here as well. So, first of all, Gary, where are you watching the match next week?
That's a sore point. Thought I had a ticket, and I might not have a ticket, and I won't get too much of the politics of it. But I'm trying to have a word with people at the club to see what's gone on with mine. If not, I'm tempted to just drive up to the northeast anyway because don't want to sit and watch it on my Todd down here. So I might be in the Wheat Sheep from 9 o'clock. Is it next Sunday?
No. Just rewind that, and I'll keep you right in a sec. Terry, where are you watching it?
Don't know yet, mate. Don't know. Hopefully somewhere. I'll be up here somewhere watching it. Not quite sure yet. Haven't made plans.
Right. Okay. Jacob, are you coming to me?
Same situation as Gary, banking on a ticket, but if not, I'll be in Sunderland from.
Right. Okay. Right. Let me quickly do a cheeky plug then. Okay, if you don't know what you're doing yet, next week for Derby Day, there you go. We've got a little advert up for you. Obviously, so correct that photo. We're in Elysium. Elysium's the nightclub.
Elysium, that's it.
It's 1,000 plus. You can get in there. Doors are open at 9 a.m. Tomorrow. Next Sunday. It's a massive video wall. Right, none of these projectors and all that shape where you have now. It's a video wall you can watch it on. There's TVs around the place as well. The atmosphere is going to be absolutely tremendous. Now, listen, it's free to get in. They're not putting the drink prices up, so they're not going to take your eyes out. I mean, fair play to Anthony said, we're not going to take the mickey out of the people of Sunderland. We have them all year round and stuff like that. So the drink prices are going to be the same. It's going to be free to get in. It's on from 9 o'clock. Once it's full, it'll be 1 in, 1 out, and it is going to be full. And the atmosphere is going to be tremendous. We'll be doing all the things we do, where we ring up the Strawberry and the pubs and all that sort of stuff. Get the atmosphere going, and then we can watch the match live on the big video wall. And then hopefully, win, lose, or draw, or win or lose, we're on the booze. We'll be out round Sunderland afterwards as well. I'll buy everybody to win.
If I leave home at 7 o'clock, I'll need you to cook me some breakfast. Would that be all right?
Listen, Gary, if you're coming up, I've got the VIP and everything in there. So I've got if Jacob's coming in, I can get you to the VIP and stuff like that. So if you're definitely coming up, send us a message and I'll put you on the list. And I know you're on a few lists, but we won't talk about that. I'll put you on my VIP list. Jacob.
Remind me the name of the location again. Elysium, did you say?
Right, Elysium. Right, Elysium is it's
I got the pronunciation wrong before.
It's opposite Life O'Reilly. So it's sort of up that way, near Cooper Rose. Yes, Terry.
I will be doing a live stream either on my own or with Winty. I'm not quite sure yet, or Raymondo, so that's what I'll be doing, Phil.
Right, okay. So tune into that as well. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll ring you up, Terry. We'll ring you up from Elysium and see what you're up to. We'll do that live.
If you ring us, I'll be doing a live stream from my phone, so that'll be a bit difficult.
Well, I'll ring Winty up then. So,
ring Winty up.
But anyway, listen, wherever you're watching it, just enjoy yourselves. Have a good day. And like I said, win or lose, we're on the boost. So if you're out and about in Sunderland next Sunday and you bump into us, come and say hello. We'd love to meet you all. And that's just about it, I think. I'll tell you what, I haven't done predictions. Terry, score prediction for next week.
Sweaty palms, 1-0 win.
1-0 win. Jacob?
High heart rate, but we'll come out with a 2-1 win. Keep the faith.
2-1 win, keep the faith. Gary, who's not very confident at all.
You're all mental. 0-0. Come on then, 0-0.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go a cheeky 1-0 win as well for Sunderland. And just hope. There's predictions coming in on the chat now anyway. 3-1 to the lads, Emma says. Ian says 1-1. Brett says 2-0 to the Mags. SJ says 2-0 to the Mags as well. I don't know. Yes, Emma, what about you? You're coming along anyway, man. So you'll be all right. We'll look after you all. So that's about it, really. Don't forget to give us a like. I want to say a massive thank you once again to Wolf Competitions, our channel sponsor. We couldn't do it without you. It's wolfcompetitions.co.uk. There is a link in the description if you would go over there and check them out. Gary, do you just want to say bye to everybody?
I just want to say bye to everybody.
I want to say bye to everybody. And Terry?
Yeah, goodbye, everybody. Enjoy your week, and hopefully we come away with a win next weekend.
Yeah, and Jacob?
Say your prayers, keep your fingers crossed, and most importantly, if you head into St. James's Park next Sunday, keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
Come on.
Listen, I've just quickly forgot. Next Sunday, the Sunday bunch next week is in the balance. Because if we won, I'll be absolutely...
Do it live from town?
Pissed. Well, maybe. Who knows? Well, we don't know what's happening, but we'll see you at some point, I'm sure we'll. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your pals all about it. And if you're a member of our channel, watch for your name and the credits at the end. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.